This is a HeadGum podcast.
Winning season returns at MyBookie. You know, you might be in the Northern Hemisphere and it's summer turning into fall. You might be in the Southern Hemisphere and it's winter right now, about to turn into spring. Wherever you are on this pale blue dot on which we live, it's winning season, and winning season means doubling your first deposit. Take that initial deposit and multiply it by 2. Winning season means insane props, epic bonuses, and the craziest cross-sport wagers. Imagine betting on baseball and basketball at once. My head is spinning. At MyBookie, winning season means watching live sports and betting live sports all season long. Rejoice! The NFL has returned. That means action-packed Sundays and huge cash prizes. My Sundays are already action-packed. Worshipping Almighty God. Going to church. Any huge cash prizes I got, going right in the donation bin. Get in on the action. Use promo code Doughboys and double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play, designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. Bet with the best this NFL season, your chance to win big. Use promo code Doughboys and double your first deposit. Your winning season begins today, only at MyBookie.
Stay tuned after the episode for another edition of the Golden Paw Club.
Wow. Chef Boyardee, Hebrew National, Ready Whip, Slim Jim. What do these disparate American supermarket staples have in common? They're all owned by Conagra Brands. Founded in Omaha in 1919 as Nebraska Consolidated Mills, in 1971 the corporation ditched the Cornhusker State moniker to become Consolidated Agriculture, Conagra for short. With a vast portfolio, among its holdings are Vlasic Pickles, Orville Redenbacher Popcorn, and 3 distinct and ostensibly competing maple-flavored syrup brands, Aunt Jemima, Log Cabin, and Mrs. Butterworth. Today, the now Chicago-based processed food megalith hovers at around $8 billion in annual sales. And part of its success is its sprawling umbrella of frozen food holdings. Healthy adult brand, Healthy Choice, unhealthy kids brand, Kid Cuisine, scouring Italian matriarch Mama Celeste Pizza, and 2 listings licensed from chain restaurants, P.F. Chang's and an American diner and pie shop concept first opened in Orange County, California by Marie and her husband Cal, and grown into a regional institution by their son Don. While the Frozen Diner brand offers an extensive line of prefab complete meals, it's best known for its pies, both the savory pot kind and the sweet pastry dessert varietal. But though the restaurant continues to operate in the American West, unfortunately, its best days may be in the rearview mirror. It twice sought bankruptcy protection during the 2010s and closed over 24 locations this past year. Perhaps only its frozen brand survives the current restaurant apocalypse, as small and mid-sized businesses continue to shutter, gobbled up by ever-growing abominations like Conagra Brands. This week on Doughboys, our month of frozen food reviews, Doughboys Topical Freeze, concludes with Marie Callender's meals. Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Wiger, along with my co-host, Entree the Giant, the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell.
Entree the Giant?
Like Andre, but entree. That was courtesy of Devo. Roastspoonman@gmail.com if you have an insult you'd like me to use on Mitch at the top of the show.
Kind of fitting for today, actually. Entree the Giant.
We are having a lot of entrees, some that are on the larger side. That is a thing that we had that ties to this episode.
Nick, can you come around and when I tell a joke, you can break it down for everybody? I feel like that would be a good thing.
Yeah, I'll start explaining why it's a joke.
Also, was that a joke?
I will also decide whether or not it was a joke.
What is a joke, Nick?
We don't know. We clearly haven't figured it out. Don't turn to the Doughboys.
Do you like when comedians get philosophical?
I think that should be all we're doing. I want all comedy to just be that. No, I'm done. I'm over jokes, man. Let's just get deep. Just get really heavy.
I think we need a naked gunification of comedy. I think we need to silly it up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like there used to be just straight up I mean, honestly, and The Naked Gun is the best version of it. But I do kind of miss even like spoof movies in general because they were just bags of jokes, and you don't really have anything with that pace anymore.
Did people outgrow it? What happened?
I think.
Do you think people wouldn't it be fun if during a Doughboys episode I stuck a fire hose in your mouth and you exploded?
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. I think what happened is
we outgrew it. I guess. You go ahead.
We outgrew it. I think here's what I think it is. I think it's executives who decide whether or not a comedy gets made or any content gets made. Kind of they got like into the auteur side of comedy, which we saw emerge in the past couple decades, and it's just like everything has to be like personal and like self-reflective. And so I think there's that element, and I think the other thing is that internationally. A lot of jokes just don't translate. Like a lot of stuff, it's so culturally specific, and then you put it overseas, and people don't know what the fuck they're watching, and these movies tank internationally, and that's all that anyone really matters. So as a genre, it just kind of got, the wind taken out of its sails for a number of reasons.
We went from like OJ getting pushed down the stairs at Dodger Stadium in a wheelchair.
One of our finest comedic actors. What's he been up to? You don't see him you don't see OJ in comedies much anymore.
Nowadays, comedies are like, Dad, could you stop eating mum out on my bed? I'm depressed.
Imagine if OJ was there. How funny would that be?
Maybe OJ is what killed the silly comedies, the spoof movies.
Ixnay on the Ildk.
You think he isn't laid? I don't know how to do this.
OJ's on the Patreon. OJ's in the Discord. I'm in his fantasy football
boys,
league.
OJ, I loved the scale.
You guys should review Wet Hot American Summer. Okay, OJ. We'll get around to it. Mitch, I know you got a drop for us.
Oh, yeah. How to Spoon Nation. And here's a little drop, Wags.
Eat up, Nicholas. It's cherry.
Spoon it to me, Grammy. Spoon it to me, Grammy. Spoon it to me, Grammy.
For the Spoon Man.
Wow. Wasn't that a good drop?
That was really good. I mean, here's the thing. My expectations have gotten very, very high for these drops because we just have some real audio wizards who are crafting these for us, and that one raised the bar. I mean, whoever comes after this, I don't envy you. I don't know how you follow that.
Well, that drop was, speaking of which, that drop was courtesy of Tristan Puig, who writes nothing, but he resubmitted his drop from about a year ago, and he said, humbly resubmitted for your consideration, Spoon. And I appreciate that, Tristan. Thank you for sending it back in. And I like your last name. It's like Yasiel Puig from the Dodgers. Hope you're having a good week, my friend. Wow.
I definitely don't agree with the part where they said
nothing.
But still a very good drop.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to send in a drop too, just send them over to spoonmandrops@gmail.com. That's right. Once again, that email is spoonmandrops@gmail.com. All right.
So, for those of you who are, well, I mean,
do you think this is Emma's least favorite bit?
You know it.
Not even hiding her contempt a little bit. We're just creating extra work for her for not much payoff.
Nah, it's funny.
The thing that our listeners aren't aware of is when you leave a blank space for something, Mitch, you hold your mouth open.
Yep, just sit there, open mouth.
Just mouth agape wordlessly.
I'm hoping some food accidentally gets in there. spoonmandrops@gmail.com, as you mentioned. And Mitch, we are continuing our theme month of frozen meals.
Doughboys Topical Freeze. This is actually the conclusion of Topical Freeze.
Wow, and Nick, can I just say, thank God.
A more cumbersome gimmick than I think we anticipated. But going to, the grocery store, and God bless everyone who has to work in grocery stores these days. But going to the grocery store is not particularly fun.
I literally felt that way every time I went to the grocery store, just seeing every checkout person. I felt for them, and I thanked them, and it's great that they did it. But we made the mistake of doing some frozen food month immediately at the start of a pandemic, where we have to go to the grocery store to pick up this stuff. A terrible idea.
Well, if we'd planned it a little better, we could have gotten everything in one go, but because we kind of booked it week by week, we had to make all these extra trips to the grocery store, which was just endangering our health and others, and not particularly fun. But hey, we have a friend along for this episode, as we do each week. She's a director and producer from The Shivering Truth. Season 2 is now on Adult Swim. Cat Solen is here. Hi, Cat.
Hi.
Hi, Cat.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
you
for being
so
here.
Much.
So we just touched on, the unique circumstances in which we were recording this episode and we are all living. I'm curious, what is your current home eating regimen? How has nutrition changed for you in our current climate?
There's a few things. I don't cook very often. I didn't used to cook very often. And I've started cooking things in my oven. I'm using my oven for the first time. I've lived in this place for about 13, 14 years, and I've never used my oven until the last, I know.
Staggering.
I'm embarrassed I don't cook very much. But I'm getting I'm like awesome at it. I'm learning that I'm actually really good at it. I'm not baking any bread, but I can make roasted vegetables and cook fish and chicken. I can't believe it.
Bread baking, I had no idea that people were going to be so into bread baking. I know that people have talked about this, but it is weird to me, right? Why is everyone making bread? The country kind of turned against bread, first of all, as a part of it.
Yeah.
Which I was
I don't know.
about. In the bread wars, I was on the bread side, by the way, Nick.
Yeah, you were pro bread.
I'm pro bread.
Yeah.
Bread has come back, and then also, it is people are very open to talking about how much bread they're eating now, when they wouldn't have been a couple months ago.
Big bread comeback.
We were all carb crazy. People hated carbs. Enemy number one. Now we have another something else has supplanted it. People are like, hey, some carbs won't kill you. Something else will.
In the battle of humans versus carbs, I'm a undercover agent for carbs. I'm the traitor.
I don't know how undercover you are.
We can all tell you we're on carb side.
Yeah. We're all pretty friendly with the carbs. Go on.
No, I was just saying that I give the carbs information about what's. I was just trying to I just saw RoboCop 3 the other day.
Yeah, that cultural touchstone that we all really wanted to reference to, RoboCop 3.
Well, there's a character in it that's very he's like a little traitor. It's sad that this is the best movie I could think of. Wow, like a guy who's like a traitor who's playing both sides. What are some good turncoat kind of traitor movies?
Oh boy, The Matrix, Joey Pants in The Matrix.
Joey Pants. How did I not think of Joey Pants?
Big time turncoat there. That's the whole red pill, blue pill thing.
And also, we're very much it's like the Matrix right now.
We are.
That's a really good comparison, Nick, to the times right now.
Elon Musk has taken the red pill, Nick.
He has taken the red pill, which is the bad one or the good one? I forget.
I'm pretty sure
how
it's the bad one that him and Ivanka both were saying that they took the red pill.
But in the movie, it's the one that Keanu takes, right?
I guess
I think
so.
Neo takes the red pill. Yeah, I think Neo takes the red pill to see what reality really is. But in our reality, the red pill has unfortunately become a metaphor for this kind of, men's rights alt-right sort of philosophy, embracing that.
Yeah, but Lena Wachowski responded and said, fuck you to Elon Musk, which is pretty great.
That was so great.
That was great. I hope everyone listening to this is happy to be reminded of that thing that happened 2 weeks ago in your Twitter feeds.
I knew it was going to be some bullshit. What do you want me to do? We can't talk about things?
We can
It's
talk
kinda
about
nice
things.
to be reminded of something like that.
Yeah,
And that
that's a
was
nice
good
reminder.
moment.
I agree.
And you brought it up, Nick. You're the one who brought up the Matrix.
Yeah, you piece
moving
of
on.
shit.
Cat, your name is Cat, yet you own a cat. Explain.
I have 2 cats, and
Wow.
I'm I think the third cat.
Wow, the third cat of your play. Well, I was just going to say that was hard-hitting journalism by Nick.
Is that Wiger or Cokie Roberts?
I have Whiskey and Zappa, and Whiskey is about, I think, 6 or 7, and Zappa's like 13 or 14. And
Wow.
I'm the third cat. Yeah.
Cokie Roberts is a good Quincy guy name.
Your pal Cokie Roberts
Yeah, his name is probably like Dan Roberts, but his name is Cokie Roberts.
goes by Cokie. We know what's going on there.
Also, by the way, the turncoat in RoboCop 3 was Stephen Root. I want to just get that out there too.
Oh, Stephen Root. What a chameleon. And just delightful in everything.
CCH Pounder is in it too. It's a good
man.
cast in RoboCop 3.
Good cast.
Great movie.
Ithaca alum CCH Pounder, am I wrong?
That is right. Yes.
You mentioned that factoid before, yeah.
I like it. You can remember that, but not my cat's name.
So Whiskey and Zappa, you've had, have you always been a cat person? Did you have cats growing up?
Yeah, I always had cats and dogs growing up. I don't have dogs now because of work. It's really hard to have dogs. But I tend to I don't love that my name is Cat, and
Right.
I don't love that because people always like want to give me cat sweaters and cat things, and
that makes sense,
I don't
yeah.
want to be the lady with all the cat stuff and 2 cats and her name's Cat, but I don't know, what can you do, but I do love them, and they travel with me when I'm working. They come with me as long as they can, and
They
they're
travel
my
with you?
buddies. Yeah, they come in the car.
Oh, wow. And they just climb in the cage and they behave?
Yeah, their cages are behind me. They go in their cages, and then I put them in the back seat facing each other. It's really sweet, so they can see that each
Aw.
other are there. And then they hang in the back seat the whole ride. They know the Portland trip. They know going up to Portland and coming back to do Shivering Truth. And we went to Atlanta once, and that was a 5-day,
Wow.
4 to 5 day drive, and they got kind of sick of that one. But they're really good travelers. I think every time though, I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I hope we don't have to do this again, because it's a lot.
Have you ever flown with them or no?
I would need another person to fly with them, because they each weigh 20 pounds. They're so heavy, and
boy.
I can't physically carry both of them through an airport, and I don't know how I would get around with these 2 cats on my own.
I think you got a little rascals it. I think you have one of them on the other shoulders and put a big trench
Put a
coat
coat?
around them. Yeah. Sneak through TSA that
would
way.
be really cute. I need to try that. I wonder if they'd let me.
My mom has said that I can't bring Irma back to Quincy. She's put her foot down. She won't allow it to happen. But,
Why is that?
Because she
Because
thinks
she
that they're going
thinks-
to claw. Because she thinks what?
I was wondering if she thought you wouldn't ever leave if then you brought the cats her.
I mean, that is also probably an issue. I think she doesn't want the cats to. I had 2 cats growing up. Zip, Wags. Zip was a great cat, and
love
Buster,
Zip.
who I love very much, and of course Buster we got after the Kitty in the Marsh, which is a sad story I've told on here too many times. Won't bring
Yeah.
it back up again, but even though I just did, but whatever. But she dealt with Zip and Buster, and kind of going at her furniture, and so she's kind of done with she doesn't want that to happen anymore. You know what I mean? She's over it. But I told her that they
Yeah.
just stay in my room. Look, I don't know. It's traveling, taking cats on the airplane would be would be pretty tough anyways.
It seems arduous. I mean, obviously moot right now, but it seems like traveling with animals most animals, it seems like, can't really handle it. Even the ones that you will find on a plane sometimes are not necessarily all that, like, you know what I mean? Like, someone will have a dog and that dog's kind of going nuts.
You know, when I was traveling for Tomorrow War, I think I told you this, Nick, and I was traveling a bunch, and they flew you first class, which was great. That's a weird little movie perk with SAG.
It's a union thing.
It's a union thing. So, but I dealt with 3 dogs in first class, like 3 big dogs. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Cool.
3 big ass dogs. It was cool. I was afraid one was going to bark the whole time, and then all of them were good. All of them were good boys.
I always thought they had to
Or
go
girls.
down under the deck with with big dogs.
Two people were traveling together, the ones that were behind us, and it was like a huge dog, and they just had it like in front of their legs. It was both of the people or whatever. And then there was another big one where the person wasn't traveling, but the dog laid down, and the person was okay with it. So
I had a cat before Whiskey and Zappa named Count, and Count was extremely personable and extremely chill, and Count flew with me, and he would come out and lay in my arm, and I could see him. He would just lay there with me. He was amazing. He had his white and he had 2 different colored eyes, and he was in like a bunch of my music videos. Like he was famous. Count had a really good life.
wow.
Yeah.
That rules.
Yeah, he had a good time.
Cooler cat than us, that's for sure. Well, cooler than us. Not a cooler cat than us.
Not a cooler cat. That we're not.
I wasn't calling us cool cats either.
No,
I wasn't saying like Nick and I are cool cats. Cat. I was going to say that Cat is a great name, and maybe also the only animal name that kind of works as a name. I guess like Birdie.
Oh, that's
Birdie
interesting.
kind of works. I mean,
Bunny.
Yeah, you can get away with a bunny.
Oh, Bunny.
Bunny
Yeah, but
Colvin from The Wire.
Bunny is kind of strange too, though, isn't it?
It's a little like cutesy.
Yeah, the only dog. I mean, there's Snoop Dogg. That's a nickname. Dog the Bounty Hunter. I don't think is a legal name.
I'm just saying. I'm saying like Dog Mitchell would be strange.
Dog Mitchell would be weird. Cat Mitchell you could get away with.
Yeah, Cat Mitchell's pretty good. Yeah.
Wolf would be a cool name. Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf is a cool name.
Yeah.
Wolf Wiger.
Yeah.
I could be Wolf Liger. Yeah, I could pull that off.
You're going to take the name?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm Wolf Liger.
Oh, cool. Hey, Wolf.
I thought how's it going? I was going to say, speaking of Wiger, another animal name that works as a first name, Tiger. You can there's Tiger Woods. Any tiger will do. You get away with
Tiger's good too.
Yeah, Tiger's good.
Cat's the best though.
Cat's great because it sounds like just a straight ahead name. People are like, okay, cat. That's not. I'm not specifically evoking the animal. That's just like a name. But I want to ask because you mentioned you're taking all these road trips with your cats, and you're going up to Portland. You're going across the country to Atlanta. I call it Hotlanta because it's hot. Are you? What is your road trip food regimen? What when you're stopping for a bite to eat? What are you gonna grub on?
Oh man. Well, I love just if I'm in California until I get up to Oregon, I always do In-N-Out protein style double doubles with extra cheese and extra pickles. That's my favorite.
Wow.
That's like just the best.
Do you real quick? Do you eat and drive, or you stopping for a little bit and stretching your legs?
I can't. A double double is so you can't. Eating and driving with the double double is so dangerous.
What, you've done it?
No, I don't. I actively dislike eating and driving. I've only done that in like a I'm super late for something scenario. But I hate it. If I have to get something on the road and I'm in my car, I'd rather just pull over and take like 5 to 10 minutes and eat before trying to multitask. I
know it's dangerous because I've tried it.
Yeah, it's tough.
And also it is, but I love finding food that I can multitask, like eat something and get work done or eat something and get somewhere. That's great. when you're busy and you can do that.
Right.
I wish there was more food like that. Like I love in Japan how they have you can get those like wrapped rice things that have fish in them that you can walk and eat this little triangle of good food. I wish there was more stuff like that isn't just burritos and burgers.
Yeah, wraps and burgers is all you got in the States. So that, I mean, you can maybe include taquito in that category, or like a hot dog or a corn dog. But I mean, there's not a lot. There's the handhelds that are actually like a meal. There aren't a ton of them. Most use a utensil.
For Nick and I, eating is the work, right, Nick?
Exactly.
And you know what? But is it work if you love what you do? No, but we don't love what we do, so it is work.
No, we don't. It is work. So I'm sorry. You were saying you do a double protein style in California.
Yeah.
And what else are you getting on the road?
Protein style is impossible to eat on the road, anyways. I just want to
Very cumbersome.
Absolutely
toss
impossible.
it out there. Yeah,
Don't do it. It's really dangerous.
Don't do it.
Don't recommend it.
Should be PSAs for that.
I try not to eat very bad, so I do a lot of stops at gas stations where I get like string cheese and bananas, or string cheese and an apple, or hard-boiled egg. Those weird hard-boiled eggs at the gas station that you probably shouldn't eat.
I distrust those eggs.
Yeah, they taste like pennies.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's good.
Those eggs are basically like the 21st century egg in a jar at a bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Remember in movies, like TV shows and movies, like there was always the pickled egg at the bar. Where did that? You know what? Bring it back, I say. I mean, also we gotta go bring back bars at some point, but I'm not saying bring back bars early. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you are. We know that you're trying to get back into bars, Mitch. We've seen the videos of you on Twitter. We know.
Bring back those pickled eggs. Put them on the bar.
I would probably eat those pickled eggs at the bar because you're at the bar and you want a snack so you don't get too drunk. And a pickled egg is a healthy snack. It's not bad for you.
Yeah, it's not loaded with, and you know, we again mentioned our enthusiasm for carbs, but if you're trying to eat healthily, it's not that. I've been having some hard-boiled eggs. I've been making some. You know, I actually do that all the time anyway, but I've been just like having it be a regular thing because since we've been in our current state of the world, and I like to do is just make some egg salad. Man, an egg salad is delightful. What a fun thing to do with a hard-boiled egg.
Is it hard?
I love egg salad.
Is making egg salad hard? It's pretty easy, just mayo.
It's brainless. If you can make tuna salad, you can make egg salad. I'd say it's the same level of skill.
Is it really though? Because like you gotta cook the egg. That's a little more skill than opening up the can of the tuna.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I guess I was thinking from the perspective of if you have a hard-boiled egg in your possession.
Oh,
it's the same
if you
as
got a hard-boiled egg from the gas station, you can.
Maybe I should start making some tuna sandwiches. What do you like? Tuna, some mayo. And you toss some little pickles in there? Is that what you do for tuna?
You can
salad?
throw some pickle relish in there. You know, some people like a little, some different seasonings. I will throw in sometimes. This is a fun one. Take like a third of an apple and dice it up real fine and toss it in there with the tuna.
Or shredded carrots.
Yeah, carrots will work. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do but yeah, you can keep it pretty basic with just mayo and tuna, and you'll get the job done.
I like apple in my chicken salad. I like a little piece of apple in my chicken salad. And you know what? Sometimes
Same
some
principle.
grapes.
Yeah, you can toss some grapes in there.
Yeah, you get
That's
fancy. Waldorfy.
Yeah. Nick, and Kat, what are your favorite? If you get a rank, I just got to say it. Let's rank the salads.
Wow.
Okay.
You're saying that when you say rank the salads, do you mean the kind of like your egg salad, your tuna salad, your chicken salads, that kind of salad, or do you mean like all salads? Okay, you mean those kind of salads.
The mayo-based salads, the best
mayo-based
salads.
protein salads. I will say that I will put probably. I have more tuna, but I do love a good chicken salad. If it's like leftover rotisserie chicken, if it's like a good quality like chicken base you're using, not just like a canned chicken, or you get it like at a restaurant, I think that has the highest ceiling as a good chicken salad, and I think there's the most variance you can have with it. I think I put chicken salad first, Then I'd go tuna salad. Then I'd go egg salad. I don't know. I might flip them. And I think bringing up the rear would be one that I can't have often because it's just a day ruiner, but it is very tasty and indulgent ham salad. A little ham salad.
What about potato and mac salad? Nowhere in there?
I thought we were talking about ones. I thought we were talking about protein-based ones. I didn't realize you meant like anything with mayonnaise. Then you open up. If we're gonna say that, then I put potato salad first. I love potato salad. I'll take potato salad, then probably chicken salad, then maybe over tuna salad. I do macaroni salad. I love macaroni salad.
Macaroni salad is so good. Sometimes I can't even look at it because I'll want it right away. Like if I see it on a commercial or in a TV show, I see it and I just want that macaroni salad so bad. I would say chicken salad first because it's fancy. It feels like a treat to me because it's like something I think my mom used to make for like, I don't know, it must have been a fancier thing. We didn't make it as often. It's probably harder to make. It actually might be harder to make than the hardest to make of the protein salads.
Yes.
And then I would say egg salad and then tuna salad, even though when I was younger I used to eat a lot of tuna salad. But I would say if you're adding in the carb salads, which Mitch, you worked undercover and added into this. I would put pasta salad first, then chicken, then I would actually, that now with those added salads, it kind of mixes it up. Like I would maybe then put tuna and then egg and then potato. But I like them all.
It's tough because you're talking both sides and mains. Like it's not crazy to be like, I'm having a chicken salad sandwich with potato salad on the side. That's a mayo heavy but completely fine meal. It's difficult.
I Steven rooted you guys again. I'm gonna say for me,
that's what everyone calls it. Yeah.
It's tricky because honestly, these three, I think that yes, if we're including potato and mac salad, I'd probably put potato salad first, and maybe even mac salad second. But
wow.
The carb salads go above all the other salads.
And I mean, sure. Well, I think that I would rather have those side salads. I would like miss those more. I think I would maybe even do tuna as third. I love chicken salad. My issue with it is that what you were saying, kind of the quality of the chicken is a huge thing with it.
100%.
And also another big thing with it too is that if the chicken is too thick, if it's like a big chunk of chicken, I don't want a big chunk of chicken in there. I want it to be diced pretty thin and pretty small.
When you're mixing something up with mayo, I discovered this pretty early in life. It's all about surface area. You just want a lot of surface area on whatever you're coating, so you get as much mayo into all them nooks and crannies.
I feel like I enjoy is it almost like minced when there's like the chicken is like minced almost, but
right,
like shredded, like
completely, like almost equivalent to like tuna, like when you get a platter of tuna salad sandwiches and egg salad sandwiches, they're both kind of the same consistency. But I'd probably maybe chicken salad goes last for me. Is that crazy? Tuna salad.
I think it's nuts.
Egg salad and then chicken salad. Even though I like all of them.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever added? You might hate this. Added avocado to egg salad?
No,
I haven't. I have had I will make it. I would make like an egg salad sandwich. Yeah, I haven't thrown avocado into the salad, but I've thrown sliced avocado on top of it or put it on the bread, and that always works well. So I don't see why it wouldn't work.
I don't know how I feel about the idea of eggamole. I'm not sure.
I've done a lot of low carb diets, Mitch, and so I've had to make my it's like a keto thing. It's like you can easily have those, but so you end up getting resourceful.
What's funny is that I wouldn't love egg salad without bread either. I think I need bread for egg salad. You know what? Maybe that's what moves it below chicken salad.
I mostly have it without bread these days. Because, I will just make up an egg. I mean, I like an egg salad sandwich. I'd prefer to have an egg salad sandwich. But if I'm just making myself a quicker, healthier meal, then I'll just eat the egg salad as it is. I mean, I eat so many eggs. I'm such an egg man that I just am trying to come up with different methods to prepare them so I don't get like bored with the exact same fucking eggs all the time.
I'm getting a little nervous that maybe you are Eggman.
Yeah, AKA
Sonic's
Dr. Robotnik.
nemesis.
Yeah. I like Sonic too much, and I like chili dogs too much to actually be him.
Oh, I really like Tails. I know that's controversial.
Tails is cool as hell.
But I really love Tails. He's so cute.
Yeah, you're going to get roasted in the comments. People are just going to go after you.
Well, when we were little, my brother and I would play, and he always was like, "Get away from me, Tails! Like, get off me! Like, get away!" Like, he would try to outchase, try to get rid of Tails.
Wow.
Yeah, there was like with a 2-player it was one of the early games where like the 2-player thing was kind of half baked. And it was like, if you like your brother or sister can play Tails and like pick up Sonic when he's in need or whatever, and it sucked. Do you remember that, Wiger?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I remember one of them had a split screen mode, which did not work well at all. It looked awful.
It was too squished. It was
way too
squished, and the
squished.
quality was really shitty. Like it was really pixelated.
Yeah, because they didn't have the horsepower to render it all on screen at once. I think that it was like. Yeah, I don't remember if there was one of the Sonics that had like a Banjo-Kazooie style like assist thing that was going on with the 2 players, but I don't remember it all that clearly. And I was playing all these games single player anyway.
I think it was the first Sonic and Tails game.
Okay,
I remember that.
Question: Tails? Do you think Tails has 2 dicks?
Yes.
Interesting. I think the 2 tails does not necessarily indicate him having 2 dicks, and I think if he did have 2 dicks, then his name would be Dicks, because I think that's a more notable anomaly to earn a nickname. But I don't know. That's just my take.
It would be very funny if you of course didn't see the 2 dicks, but he had 2 tails and his name was Dicks.
What's that name about? Oh. So, Kat, you were telling us that you don't have a microwave.
Yeah.
What is the motivation behind that decision?
Well, I was saying that I had one for a while that a friend had given to me, that when I got it, I was like, oh, this is like a nice microwave. I'm an adult now. And then it like after a while, I don't even remember how long I had it, it just started making the worst sounds, like scary electrical sounds that I thought I shouldn't keep it in the house. And so I ended up getting rid of it, and I've just never gotten a new one.
Wow.
Like I said, I don't cook at home very often. And when I do, it's like cool, it's like salami and like some cheese, like it's like a salad, like I don't really actually cook things or heat things up.
It feels like the microwave is so ubiquitous now, and honestly, like the last 3 apartments we've moved into have just had microwaves there, like it's just like a standard expected appliance. So I think it's like I feel like microwaves are so ubiquitous that it's interesting that to talk to someone who doesn't have one. But I'm curious if any of our listeners don't have microwaves. Hashtag microwave goodbye if you don't have a microwave, and if you do have a microwave, hashtag microwave hello. Let us know.
Ooh, good alt. You know what? It is that funny thing of like, they seem pretty dangerous. I mean, like, it seems like there is obviously radiation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, some form of radiation.
I really thought that we were going to find out, like, you know how people were just smoking a ton, and then it took like years for the science to catch up with, like, oh yeah, smoking is fucking killing all these people. I thought we might see a similar thing with microwaves, where at some point they'd be like, oh yeah, all these people are fucking getting sick as shit because they're eating microwave food and they're just around this low grade radiation. But I don't know. It hasn't happened. You would think, like, the timeline wise, I think microwaves are. I don't remember exactly when they started being in everyone's homes, but it feels like enough time has passed where we would know that if that was the case.
Are we both old enough, Nick, that you remember I think I do remember when we got a microwave, which is like, I know they've been around since what, like the 70s or the 60s?
I feel like they probably were invented in even the 50s.
Yeah,
I could
okay.
be wrong,
That
but
makes
then
sense.
when they weren't really being in house, I don't remember them being really in households until, from what I've read, I wasn't alive in the 70s, but that I think that they were.
Sure,
I don't think
you
they
weren't.
I don't think they were in households commonly until the 80s. But I don't know.
I'm amazed that the microwave is something that I'm like, how did we even come up with that invention or decide that that was a good idea at
Yeah.
all? Like, how did that even happen? How did anyone harness this radioactivity and then put it into a device that they're like, here, you have children, put this in your house and make food in it? And I don't even understand how that happened.
I feel like we've just stumbled upon a new YouTube series. Science. The fuck?
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden the most popular thing any of us has ever done. Getting like 20 million views on every episode because we're just analyzing household appliances.
That is a crazy thing to see when we've talked about this before in just the evolution of entertainment.
Yeah.
Where there's like a TV show, it's like this show is like the biggest show on TV. Like it's like this has like millions of people view this show, and you're like, what the fuck is this show?
What is Cowboy Auctioneers? This show's fucking popular? It's like this has 20 seasons. It's been on A&E since like 2003.
And then that goes over to YouTube and also to podcasts.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure that if you mentioned Doughboys to most people, they'd have no idea what the fuck this is and would think it's bad.
Yes. Yeah, I think even the people who are aware of it think it's bad. So
My favorite Instagram account is the Hydraulic Press account.
oh yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah, they just smash things, and it's so fun.
Very soothing
So
to watch
satisfying.
as you're
Yeah.
seeing things being destroyed. Emma nodding along. Emma, you'd like that hydraulic press?
Yeah, it's a good time. It's just like one of those satisfying videos. It's like watching people cut soap. It's just really nice to watch.
So great.
Yeah.
I always want to save the thing before it gets crushed. I always have that.
Oh,
I feel like I would put my hand in and try to get it out before it got crushed.
They'll sometimes put a cute thing in there, like they'll put like a stuffed animal or something like that, and yeah, I do kind of feel sympathy for that.
In your guys' households, did you call it nuking? Did you say I'm going to nuke this?
I do remember there was a time when it was cool to say you're going to nuke something.
I
Yeah.
feel like my little brother may have said that.
What was that? Was it a Duke Nukem thing? Is that what was rubbing off on society?
Great question.
I think it was like the 90s, like extreme, like there was these milkshakes that we would get at the grocery store that were really bad for you, that were like extreme milkshakes, and they were surfer themed, and they had like surf stuff all over them, and they were
Hell yeah.
it was like super 90s neon looking. I think it was like part of that, like part of the,
Like slang, just like a...
yeah, everyone's hair was really sharp.
This these extreme milkshakes are like you're describing are like motivation enough for me and Mitch to build a time machine. Gotta get them
They
shakes.
were really cool. They were
Yeah.
let's see.
I thought you were describing the Slim Fast shakes for a second, and before I realized it was something else entirely. But that was also a weird thing when everyone was like shakes were healthy, which I think people who are maybe young enough to have not lived through the 90s or not been conscious through the 90s weren't aware of how fucking bizarre it was to see like Tommy Lasorda talking about how he lost like 100 pounds drinking milkshakes out of a can. And so they were marketing Slim Fast as like this fucking this miracle diet. It was so weird.
Have you ever tried anything like Slim Fast before, Nick? In high school, I actually did try it. Did you try it?
Yeah, I remember it tasting great. I remember it being kind of chalky, although it wasn't specifically Slim Fast. It could have been another brand.
It is strictly just that thing of like you eat a breakfast and then you have a Slim Fast for lunch and dinner. So it's just basically kind of like starving yourself or close to it.
Yeah, but the only nutrition you're getting is just like straight sugar.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
which seems like that's not going to work out well.
Yeah, it's like a hummingbird's diet or something.
Right.
You'd think it would work. Hummingbirds are they're so little and delicate. It's the portions. They don't eat. They don't drink as big of sugar intake. I did all of those as a kid. I did every single diet that existed. I did, but they were all like a little fucked up. Like there was
Yeah.
like there were like so many where it was like, oh, just have this candy bar, have this candy bar for 2 meals a day and you'll be fine. And you're just like, I remember like my parents or other adults saying to me like, oh, but you can have as much like just raw spinach as you want. You can just eat as much raw spinach as you want. And like, yeah, that was a tough.
It's tough. I've tried a bunch of them too, and I was on I mentioned the podcast before. I was on a low fat diet for a while that I actually lost a good amount of weight for, but it's hard for me to actually credit it because of this. I was at the same contemporaneous with that. I started swimming a lot for fitness. I was like swimming like an hour a day, and so I think that probably had as much to do with it as me not eating saturated fats anymore. But that was a whole thing. That's completely the opposite of the keto or the fucking low carb diet. It's like eat as many carbs as you want, eat as much sugar as you want, just restrict your fat intake, which is completely just the other end of the pendulum nutrition.
Do you know what I got in high school? I remember I got a thing of Zenadrin. Do you remember Zenadrin?
No, what was that?
Zenadrin was like basically like a weight loss pill that was kind of like a workout. It was like marketed towards dudes.
Got it.
Oh, like a protein.
No, it was just basically I think basically like a combination of things, and it was basically probably a caffeine pill. But I know that Gabrus took it too. But I took that for a while, and I remember just sitting in my math class in high school and just sweat, like pouring sweat, and my heart was beating so fast.
Jesus.
And I was like, this is fucking awful.
It's like meth.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I care?
Yeah.
I wish I embraced being fat back then. It's good.
I'm a swimmer also, and I also exercise a lot. I miss swimming right now. Right now, the thing I miss more than anything is bodies of water and being able to go into a body of water.
100%. I put on Twitter that I started taking baths because I was just like, I just want to be in a body of water. I've never taken a bath in my adult life at home, only in like a hotel room. And so I was just like, fucking, I'm doing it. I'm doing it just to simulate being in a fucking pool.
Yeah, I literally the other day looked up how to build a bathtub in my own house. Because I want this bathtub so bad. I can't, I miss it so much. It's like, it's the most relaxing thing in the world. But anyway, So I've always worked out a lot, and I've always exercised a lot, and I've always had to, regulate my diet stuff. It is so crazy how much what is healthy and not healthy has changed, or just does change. It fluctuates every 5 years. It's like the same life as comedy. It's every 5 years there's a new thing that everyone thinks is healthy, and no one fucking knows. And the only thing you can do is just not overdo it and just still be good to yourself. That's all you can do. There's nothing else works besides surgery.
There's no miracle. It's never worth searching for some miracle thing. It's watching what you eat and exercising.
Yeah. I feel like I found something of a miracle that works for me, which is giving up. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Doughboys. Hey, in these trying times, it's nice to support your loved ones and your community if you have the means. An unexpected gift, an extra large tip, be sure to do that if you're getting takeout, or in particular if you're dining out at a patio or something like that. And boost that gratuity. The floor is no longer 15%. It's way higher. And things may have changed around us, but our inner drive to be there for the people who we care about runs deeper than ever. When we come together as a community, we empower ourselves to make meaningful change. Our normal has changed, and we're finding new ways to connect and continue supporting one another. We started social distancing when we spend time with friends and explore local cuisine. And what if you're just finding out about this now through me? Social distancing. Watch the news. And we're doing more to support and advocate for underrepresented communities. So what we need more than ever is an easy way to support each other from afar. The solution. PayPal. There you go. With the PayPal app, sending and receiving money is faster or easier. Who knew? It was PayPal all along. Stay connected with the people you love. Quickly and securely send money to friends and family, just about anywhere in the world. Start a money pool to split the bill, or go in on a gift, or fundraise for a good cause. Support the places and causes you care about the most. Make touch-free QR code payments at your local restaurant or favorite farmer's market. Donate to a local nonprofit or support a cause from across the country. PayPal is making it easy to pay safely, quickly, and easily. Download the PayPal app today. Terms and conditions apply. Do you experience stress or have anxiety or chronic pain or have trouble sleeping at least once a week? You are not alone. Many of us do, including myself. All of the above. Anxiety, trouble sleeping, those bother me the most. I was searching for anything that would help. Then I discovered Feels. What is Feels? Feals, Feels. Feels is premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. Feels naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. Place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and feel the difference within minutes. Now, the product is called Feels, Feals, but feel the difference here is spelled traditionally Feel. So, Feels is the product. Feel is what you will do. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. So leave room to experiment over the course of a week or so. You may need to take more or less to get the effects you're after. New to CBD, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience. Breaker, having trouble sleeping. That's a 10-4, good buddy. Feels works naturally to help you feel better. There's no high, hangover, or addiction. CBD hotlines kind of sounds like CB radio. That's where I was going with there. Join the Feels community to get Feels delivered to your door every month. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. By the way, I know we get some long-haul truckers who listen to the podcast. God bless you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for your service. Stay safe out there on the road. Feels has me feeling my best every day, and it can help you too. Become a member today by going to feels.com/doughboys, and you get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's feals.com/doughboys to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/doughboys. Welcome back to Doughboys. Our guest, Cat Solen from the Shivering Truth, Season 2, now on Adult Swim. Our chain, Marie Callender's Meals, for this week on Doughboys Topical Freeze, our month of frozen meals. So, Marie Callender's is the brand that has a restaurant chain. They have a restaurant chain, it came first. That was founded by Marie and Cal Callender in Orange County, California. It grew to prominence under their son, Don Callender, who passed away in 2009, I believe. They've been kind of in dire straits since then. And the brand is currently licensed to ConAgra Foods, which is one of those giant food conglomerates, processed food conglomerates. Kat, I'm curious, Marie Callender's, do you have any history with the restaurant and or the meals?
Yeah, well, not the meals as much. I kind of actually asked my mom about it to see, and all my mom said was like, "Ooh, pot pies!" Like that was her response. But we used to go as a family to Marie Callender's a lot, and I always really loved the salad bar because it had everything. It even had banana pudding and like with the vanilla wafers in it. And then my dad loved the French onion soup. That was that's why we would go to Marie Callender's, is because Dad felt like having French onion soup. So that's really my memory of it. And I also remember it having an atmosphere that was kind of fun.
Yes.
I grew up in Arizona where there wasn't much atmosphere, but outside of that, going to places.
Right, it is, and I think the kind of the nations or the states rather that are under the Western States Pact currently are where Marie Callender's was biggest. And I do remember it being the atmosphere is very Americana, kind of just, not kitschy, but more sort of like comforting. It just feels like a place that you would, just a nice, generically nice place to eat a meal. It was a birthday dinner for me. I loved Marie Callender's so much that I'd asked to go, or a good report card meal would be Marie Callender's for me. And I used to love their lasagna, in which they had in the restaurant. Salad bar as well. A salad bar was stellar. boy, that's a thing we talked about a little bit last week. Buffets, salad bars, just not going to be a thing anymore, huh?
It's
Can you
really,
imagine
really
that?
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it while I was eating this food because I was like, the salad bar was my favorite, and I was just thinking if they made like a frozen version of a salad bar, what they would do, like a dehydrated, and you have to like rehydrate it and like pretend that it's a salad bar.
You have to fucking thaw out the salad. Disgusting.
Which actually, all eating frozen food in general, I haven't had it since I was a kid. Really, it now reminds me of like everything sci-fi. I felt a little like 2001 with my like unwrapping it and putting it in the oven. It gave me a sci-fi feeling, which is both scary.
I actually felt the opposite,
fun.
where I was like, this feels so much like 1990 again. And also a thing that we'll talk about in a second of the length of time this all took. But I never had Marie. Is it Marie Callender's? What is it again?
It's Marie.
Marie Callender's. I never had Marie Callender's growing up at all. I never
Marie
even
like
went to the,
Marie like Curie, not Mary like the Mother of God.
Well, can you blame me that that's where my head went, Wags? Marie like what's her name? Mary Curry?
Marie Curie.
Oh, Curie.
You said Mary Curry. You turned her last name into a food.
Hey, Nick, can you blame me with that? That's where my head is at. What did she do again? She penicillin or something?
Marie Curie, I think, and like tying into our microwave talk, had a lot to do with radiology, and I think that was her. Yeah, radiation. She studied a lot of radioactivity.
Ooh, way off. All right.
It's related to medicine a little bit.
I thought she was
got-
medicine. Oh well.
Yeah, well, she is a little
I
bit.
knew
She
her
was.
name.
You did.
Well,
I didn't.
I didn't. Well, hold on a second. That is not true. I did know her name and I didn't know how to say it, which is a very common thing for me. I can't say drawer, or I can't say common words. Nick, you know this.
Yeah.
And you think less of me for it.
I don't think less of you. That wouldn't be possible. So you mentioned that we have to put these in the and oven. The word oven was used, not microwave. These things, for the most part, go in the oven for a fucking length of an HBO drama. Like you put them in there for a full hour. You put it in there.
Yeah.
Go watch what's going on in Westworld. Try to make any sense of it. And when the credits roll, you can go and take your lasagna out of the oven. It takes fucking forever to heat these things up.
You're watching it. You're seeing. Woke up this morning, got myself a gun, and then by the time this thing's done, AJ's in the pool trying to kill himself. You know what I used to sing when I was younger was it was a little spoof. I used to sing. Woke up this morning, got myself a sub. I thought that was funny.
That is good. I thought you were going to say, got myself a bun. But
Fuck, that's even
sub
better.
works.
You should have been around.
Should have been punching up your song parodies that you'd be singing to you and the crew.
I did not have a lot of these meals at all. I didn't even go to Mary Curry's at all growing up.
It sounds like a good restaurant, actually. I would maybe go there.
Again, also, the restaurant Marie Callender's. Marie Curie is the scientist.
Wiger, I know. It was a joke.
Okay. I didn't know. I couldn't tell.
Jesus.
We don't really make jokes on this show, Mitch.
So people are just laughing at us for whatever.
These
They're not
two
even laughing at
fools.
us.
You were saying the jokes are done. You're just going to be
That is true. That's
philosophical now.
Exactly.
But I used to, like I said before, that we used to get like Boston Market frozen dinners and stuff like that. And I remember them
Right.
having similar similarly like pretty long cook times, but not as long as this. Not a full hour, not 60 to 65 minutes, which is quite a bit.
Yes.
And I got back to the house at 1:15. I thought that I would be able to cook these up and eat them beforehand. Wrong. The meals are in front of me right now. We stopped down for a second and I grabbed some. But I did microwave one, and also that was extremely long. So I got 4 meals. Should I say what I got?
Yes, please.
I got 4 meals. I got meatloaf. I got fried chicken dinner, fried chicken with mashed potatoes, and I got a Vermont cheddar mac and cheese, and I also got turkey and stuffing. All of them had the same cook time. All of them had the same cook time except for the turkey and stuffing, and I microwaved that for 13 minutes, Wiger.
Wow.
13 full minutes.
You could watch a Quibi.
You could watch a Quibi. You could watch a Quibi as good as any Sopranos.
You also could like go to the restaurant and get food. Well, not now, but back, it's not faster.
No, it takes a long time.
It takes out the thing of like, I guess like there's no like prep and no cleaning up afterwards, or much less cleaning up. But it is that crazy thing of like, wow, a full hour seems to take away any of the plus side of all of this. But
it's not expedient. I think that the maybe the asset of Marie Callender's is that you can get their family size. Like if you got like a family size lasagna and you've got 3 kids to feed, you can put that bad boy in an hour. Whatever, give the kids a bath. I don't know what parents do. Do whatever parents do, and then take it out.
Interesting. Your first choice.
Put the kids in the bath.
And then you can feed that much is pretty easy. You can get them something that kids are going, or that a family is going to like, in a large portion without too much fuss. It just takes a little while to heat it up. But yeah,
and in your case, like you lose track of time while you're bathing the kids, and you come down there and the dinners are burnt.
All right, let's. So the other thing that Marie Callender's I think offers is the pot pies, which Kat mentioned, and their frozen pot pies I think are a standout. I'll say that the foods that I got a chicken pot pie, and I got an Italiano lasagna, which is one of their 2 lasagnas. The other one is a meat lasagna, and then I got although this one also has meat, so I think it's just a seasoning difference. And then the meal I got, the like meal for one, is the Kansas City style pulled pork mac and cheese bowl. That was the only one I did in the microwave, and that one actually it took less than 10 minutes in the microwave. And the other 2 were hour long in the oven. The final item I got was a dessert. I got a coconut cream pie, and the coconut cream pie comes frozen in the freezer aisle, and then you just take it out of its packaging, put it in the fridge, and it defrosts overnight, and then it's ready to eat in the morning. So that's what I had. Kat, what's your rundown of things you got? I know you said you got a lot.
Yeah. Should I just tell you the things I actually tried, or should I tell you everything I got?
Oh boy. I mean, I want to hear it all at this point.
So at first I did Gelson's, and from Gelson's I got a single serving no, I didn't get the apple pie. I tried to get the apple pie, but they didn't have any desserts at Gelson's.
Wow.
I ended up getting the Marie Callender's Salisbury steak dinner, the Marie Callender's roasted turkey breast and stuffing dinner, the chicken pot pie, meatloaf and homestyle gravy, sweet and sour chicken dinner, and butternut squash ravioli.
Wow.
And the chicken Alfredo bowl. Now, for some reason, I thought that wasn't enough because I didn't, because I thought it wasn't enough because I didn't get a dessert. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try Vaughn's and just get the dessert. But of course, I didn't do that. And I got so at Vaughn's I ordered. This is so ridiculous. Marie Callender's cheesy chicken and rice dinner, banana cream pie. The little mini banana cream pie.
Yeah, they make a full size and a small one.
Yeah, garlic chicken dinner, mini coconut cream pie.
Hell yeah.
The Vermont mac and cheese, and the vegetable pot pie, a mini key lime pie, a single serving peach pie, a mini chocolate pie, and sesame chicken pie. Yeah, okay, that's all that I got from
Wow.
from Fonz. So
Impressive.
I didn't eat all those things. I wish but it also was nice to have the options at the house, because I would try one thing and then that would kind of help, make me think, oh, I think I'll like this other thing better than if I try this thing. I feel like anyway, so should I tell you what I actually ate?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is just a list. I'm just listing things. Okay. I tried the mini banana cream pie. I tried the mini coconut cream pie. I tried the mini chocolate satin pie. I tried a mini key lime pie. These are just single bites. And then I ate the Vermont mac and cheese bowl, the cheesy chicken and rice. I had the mini single serving peach pie. And then I tried the broccoli, cheddar, and potato pot pie. And I ate the chicken pot pie.
Wow.
It's been spread out through days.
Yeah, I spread mine out. I spread out my consumption over about a week. And I think the way to tackle this, since we all have a bunch of food and some overlap but not a lot, is just to talk in terms of winners and losers. So maybe let's start. And I can go first. The ones I would mark as winners are the two pies. The chicken pot pie I thought was great. Had a good crust to it. It was piping hot inside. Just like that creamy sort of the sauce in there with the vegetables was just nice and creamy and flavorful. I like the big chunks of chicken. I thought the chicken pot pie was as solid as I remembered it being, and it was good in the oven. Also the coconut cream pie. This was I mentioned they have a large and small. I had the big one. This was a big boy. This was a full size, and it was still even after defrosting overnight. It was still, because I cracked into that bad boy first thing in the morning. It was still a little frozen, which wasn't terrible. It wasn't awful, but when it finally got fully defrosted, it was at its best and it didn't have any ice crystals in it. I thought that coconut cream pie was great. And to me, I think you absolutely could have convinced me that was a coconut cream pie from Marie Callender's The Restaurant, not from the freezer case. I thought it was very, very good. I was having pie for breakfast for 5 days in a row. And I rationalized it to myself that having a slice of pie with coffee is just like having a donut with coffee or a Danish with coffee. So, fine, whatever. Get off my back. But those are my two winners, the chicken pot pie and the coconut cream pie. Mitch, what about you? What were some of your faves? Some of your picks?
Just seems like a dangerous road to go down. My winners. By the way, I got all meals to share. Those are the only ones I had in there. And also, I ate all these today. And also, I did I did some damage to some of them.
Yeah.
But my big winner was the country fried chicken and gravy. I thought that was really good. And basically there were no veggies in it, and it's 320 calories per serving, and there's 3, so this is about 1,000 calories in this bad boy. And then my other winner was the Vermont white cheddar mac and cheese, which this guy I'm holding up here for you. I thought it was really good. I ate about half of that, and I feel like that's gonna make me feel sick. But honestly, here's the thing with it: this food is so rich. I've felt way worse after eating stuff, because I wasn't destroying all of these, of course, because that would be 4,000 calories. But I did eat a decent amount. But I think this also goes to show these meals to share. In what way am I supposed to share this chicken and the country fried chicken and mashed potatoes?
Right.
You share that with 2 or 3 people. That's not gonna make anyone happy. It's not nearly enough food. And I'm saying just eating, I am stuffed from eating all these meals together, and it was 4 separate meals and 2 mini desserts that I tried things from each of them. But I'm not sure how this can even be classified as a meal to share. It's just maybe if there's multiple. I just it's not enough for a family.
I think that's a way of them skirting the nutritional guidelines and disclosing that it's one serving size inside, because that's not something that you would share. Like, you wouldn't get one of these meals and have it unless you're getting like the full size like sheet pan sized lasagna. You're not going to share any of these. These are meals for one. Kat, how about you? You also got the Vermont cheddar. Did that one work for you? And which ones were your faves?
Yeah, the Vermont cheddar was probably my favorite of my things that I got. I was really surprised by it, but I also really like macaroni and cheese. It's the one food that I wish I could eat all the time that I barely ever let myself have.
Yeah. It's so fucking good.
I think about it all the time. I really liked, Mitch, did you notice this? The pasta shape in it was really interesting. It was like a long shell. It was like if a mustacholi and a shell had a baby. Like it was really... Yeah, and that was kind of interesting. Like, I like when pasta's fun to eat. When there's like, when I was a kid, I always loved the Kraft macaroni, and I would put them on the fork tines.
Oh, that's a blast. That's just good, clean fun.
Yeah, that's like what macaroni and cheese is about to me, and so I really liked that about it. The pasta was like really mushy. It's no like al dente like macaroni.
I was gonna say I think that the fried chicken is probably my favorite of the two, but it is a decently good mac and cheese. It's not the best mac and cheese, but it's a winner. It's for sure a winner. It's good,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's got a nice when you put it in the oven, it gives it a nice little kind of a like charred top to it. It looks nice. It's well done. I mean, also of course it's going to take an hour to make, which I think you can make a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese in much less time. So
you can make that way quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else I was thinking about that, well, two things. One is it would be really good if it had a little bit of a kick, like a little bit of jalapeno or something, like a slightly spice. That would be really good. Like when I was little, I used to love the Michelina's brand macaroni and cheese, and they had a spicy one, and that was my jam. Like, and I wanted that. And then I also found it to be, even though it makes you, like, it cooks for so long, when I took it out, it was so hot. And then it said, like, let sit for 5 minutes, but I had to let it sit for much longer than 5 minutes before it was edible.
Yeah, it's very hot.
That's a great point. All of these want you to rest them like they're a steak for like 5 full minutes after taking them out of the oven where they were in there for like 70 minutes. So you're just waiting for so long to eat. I will say that contrary to your guys' experience with the mac and cheese, the pulled pork mac and cheese bowl that I got, I thought was the worst thing I ate. I thought it was pretty bad.
I'm really surprised by that.
Did you put it in the oven?
Well, no, I cooked this one in the microwave oven. And so this one, that could have been a difference. I also think the main thing is that the mac and cheese was okay, but just all of the goopy pulled pork, and it was, you can tell it's low quality meat. I thought the sauce was just a little too syrupy and sweet. It had a little bit of a kick to it, but not quite enough. I thought that just made it just into this big saucy mess where I didn't get to enjoy the mac and cheese or the barbecue pork. I just was kind of tasting this amalgamation of both that didn't really work. That one was pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but so that one I thought was addition by subtraction. It didn't need the protein on top of there. If that could have just been a mac and cheese bowl, it sounds like I would have been a lot happier.
Yeah. It's sad, Nick, that you didn't get to try the mac and cheese bowl.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
bummed.
Nick, I'm heartbroken about this.
I might have an extra one in my freezer I could send to you.
Okay, I want you to do that. Kat, what else did you have that you liked? What were some of your other favorites?
I also liked the peach pie.
Wow.
I'm really surprised by that. It was the single serve. It wasn't a regular size pie. It was it wasn't a mini though. The minis are 3-inch diameter or 2-inch diameter, and then the single serving one is I know about Marie Callender's stuff now. It was a 6-inch diameter, and it was good because it had the thing that you're talking about with the pot pie crust. It had that same crust, which was awesome, and overall pretty good. It could have been a little more flaky, but I for frozen food, it was really good. And then it also wasn't too sweet, which I really liked about it. The filling wasn't too sweet, and it was like sufficiently full. It didn't have like, it wasn't too syrupy, and it also wasn't like it. I was impressed by that. I was ready to not like it, but it really it impressed me more than other things. Those were my two favorites. The chicken pot pie is a close third thing that I liked. Yeah.
I have two things that I liked, Nick, but didn't love. Or wasn't a winner necessarily. It finished the race.
Kind of in the murky middle. I would say that I would put my chicken pot pie and coconut cream pie, I would say would picks. My Kansas City style pulled pork mac and cheese bowl is a pan. And in the murky middle, I would put the Italiano lasagna. So that would be one of the ones that I would say that I liked, but didn't blow me away. I think the issue there is that I think this is the lasagnas are best if they kind of crisp up on the outside and you get like those corner pieces. And this one, I guess, I don't know if it was the cooking ingredients. I don't know if I should have done it at a higher temp or put it in a little bit longer, but didn't really get that. It just kind of got hot, but the texture didn't really improve. But Mitch, what were your like category items?
So, like I said, the mac and cheese was good. Look, I also got to say this. On all the ones that I cooked in the oven, I just took another bite to determine if I was correct. Because this will make sense when I explain it. But I mean, also besides the fact that I'm a fat guy and I'm taking another bite of the pie.
Not just because you wanted more.
So I think that also when you cook these in the oven, there's plastic on top of them. I wish that you could just take the plastic off. But you're supposed to still pull the corner of the plastic wrap up, and then you cook it in the oven with the plastic on top. Which I'm like, if you don't have to put it in the microwave, I wish that could you maybe just put tinfoil over it or something instead, or just something that feels better. And also the container that they're in, it really cooks up. Mine was like kind of black on the edges and kind of fucked up looking. I cooked 3 at once, by the way, but the ones that were so-so to me, so-so winners, and there were a lot of aspects of it that I liked, and then some stuff for me that just completely didn't work, was the mini coconut cream pie and the mini chocolate satin pie.
Chocolate
terrifying.
I'm into them.
Oh, God, no.
There's a reason they call it devil's food.
Nick, let's not bring him up.
Sometimes I think chocolate is the devil's food.
You're the one who brought him up.
Sometimes you think chocolate is the devil's food?
Yeah, I think you had to be evil to think this up. Something so indulgent. You crave so much.
Yeah. Can't help it.
Must have come from the mind of Lucifer. It's wicked.
God, if Lucifer saw this, he'd be like, ugh. This guy deserves to come to hell, but I'm not going to let him down here. It freaks me out. The both of those pies. Here is my issue with them. Mm-hmm. They're frozen. You take them out and they basically defrost. And honestly, it kind of blew me away how good the whipped cream and everything on top was. Like, they do a really good job of it. Where these pies fell to me, where they failed, was the base of the pie. It's just like a crumbly. It's almost like
totally unnecessary.
But it just is like cookie crumb. It's like all crumbs. It's not a consistent
like sweet
base.
Sand.
Yes, exactly. And that all the other components work really well, and then those two things are like it took me out of them completely.
Yeah, those were like my least favorite thing, but that is because of the crust. Like I tried like a bite of each one because they're so tiny and they're just like these little. The banana one, it still like had like such a fake banana-y taste, but at first I really liked it. I was like, oh, this is surprising. It was the first thing I tried, so it's kind of like, oh, this is actually not terrible. I was impressed by the whipped cream also because it wasn't too sweet, and then I liked. Like overall, that pie was like really too sweet for me. But the thing that got me was I tried that one and the coconut one on the same day. The coconut one had the worst aftertaste. It was like a weird, almost like ethanol taste to it.
I didn't get that from mine.
See, that's the thing. I think yours is totally different than the mini pies because they're like little custardy things. They're not quite. I think that they're more fakey than the one you got, Nick. Because
my thing with them is that I honestly thought like in that chocolate satin pie the whipped cream, the chocolate flakes, and then the chocolate layer of fudge all work. It is truly just the base of it. And the same thing with the coconut cream one. The flakes of coconut, the cream, all of it works, and then it's just the base. The base falls apart. The base is like you were saying, like sweet sand. It's just kind of it's all crumbly and it's a bummer because they do work. It's just the bottom of them. They're still pretty tasty, even considering all that. But it's just the bottom just makes it not work.
I really liked the key lime one, and that one I didn't eat any of the crust. And same with the chocolate, I didn't eat the crust at all. I just had like a bite of just not everything but the crust. It was, and those weren't too bad. But I also was like, I don't think I would ever eat these again, or I don't even know of a time when I would want these.
Yeah, I mean, pie is such a rare thing. Like for me, if I would be like, I'd rather like either bake a pie or buy a pie from like a nice baker versus like getting like a frozen pie from the grocery store that I'm going to defrost. That said, I could see myself having one of the full-size ones maybe in a pinch. If I needed a pie for some occasion or something, I could say, like, you know what, this will kind of get the job done, and I don't have to exert any effort to get this pie.
I think the key lime pie would maybe work the best because, like, it has a naturally crumbly base. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And, Nick, as a birthday boy, you know that I always got to get that pie, Nick. You know that's a thing. So obscure, no one will. No one. Members of the Birthday Boys won't even get that.
A handful of people who saw a sketch show in 2009 will get that.
And that's who we do the podcast for. Baby.
That's who it's for.
I feel the same way that I just don't think I would ever. And also, just with all this food, it is that sort of thing of like it's so rich, high calorie count.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go out and do this, then why am I doing this version of it? Which is maybe, I mean, like, I would maybe have the fried chicken dinner again, and the mac and cheese if you're in the right mood or something, or I don't know. Like honestly, it would be maybe like the mac and cheese and the fried chicken. If you shared it with one other person or something, it could be decent, but still kind of small. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see any need for them. And then as far as the bad stuff goes, Nick. The meatloaf I did just not think was great. I didn't think either of them were terrible. Honestly, I think overall this may do better in its review than the actual restaurant did when we went. But
wow.
The meatloaf was just like, it just like that gravy. Kat and I were talking a little bit at the break. The gravy of it tasted kind of like how like a diet shitty gravy like the meatloaf dinner would taste. It's just like a frozen meatloaf dinner can be pretty bad, and this was not the worst, but it was not any good. So
what were the sides that meatloaf came with?
Mine came with roasted potatoes.
Oh, just roasted potatoes.
Roasted potatoes and gravy, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, is like why it should be. I think that the individual dinners are kind of. And maybe they do this more. Maybe it's not just like the meals to share or whatever. But I feel like if it was like a meatloaf dinner with and they do. I'm looking on here now. They do have a meatloaf dinner with like corn and mashed potatoes, and I think that would be a better deal. But the meal to share with the roasted potatoes, it just was. There was nothing really going on. Just kind of mushy. I mean, and I think the gravy base overall was the thing that hurt it. It was just the gravy wasn't good, and it was just smothered in all that gravy. So
when it's on top of everything, that was my issue with the pulled pork mac and cheese bowl. It's inescapable. It's just this blanket over the whole thing, and if that's gonna be touching everything, then yeah, that's going to lower the overall quality for sure. Kat, did you have any others that particularly stood out to you in a bad way?
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by how much I did not like these two, but the cheesy chicken and rice and the broccoli cheddar and potato pot pie, both of those, they had the same exact kind of cheese sauce involved in them.
Yeah.
And the cheese sauce was so crazy bland. It wasn't like,
Oh, boy.
like I love a good cheese dip at like nachos at a hockey game. Like I love that kind of like bad cheese dip. Like
Oh, yeah.
like
100% on board.
It can be so delicious, and this was like, it felt like the broccoli cheddar and potato pot pie. I tried a bite of it and I was just like, no, thank you. Like I just didn't I didn't have more than that, so I can't really speak to that one as much. But the cheesy chicken and rice, that one, I felt like I was being punished. Like I was like,
Jesus.
this is food. This is like if I had a really bad stomach flu and you're home and this is like what you eat when you're too sick to eat anything that is good at all. Like it was so bland, and I don't know if it's like reconstituted rice is just terrible or what. And it also, on the package, it showed like only a little bit of cheese, but then of course it's just like filled with cheese. It's just like all cheese, and the broccoli was, I really don't like the reheated frozen broccoli. It's like really, it freaks me out. It's really mushy. And not really like, I don't know. It's like that kind of thing where you almost don't, I feel like with this place, you almost like need to do what you know they're good at rather than try anything else.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's good advice for anyone purchasing any of these products. And it sounds like we had a range of experience, not just among us, but individually. We had things that were that really succeeded and things that were complete flops. But I guess we should get to our final thoughts on Marie Callender's meals. So, Kat, you know the podcast, but just to refresh everyone, we'll go around, give a closing argument, if you will, on Marie Callender's meals, and end with a fork score as we wrap up Doughboys Topical Freeze. Kat, you are our guest. You may begin.
Okay, so overall, I liked the experience because I don't do this very often. I don't cook frozen food in my oven, so that was kind of novel and fun and had a little, like I said, like little sci-fi feel. It also sort of had a nostalgic feel because I ate a lot of this kind of food growing up, like with my parents, like were working all the time, so I would make this kind of stuff.
Right.
So there was that too. I also was trying to think about like just income levels and what people can afford and not afford. So it made me happy that there were things that were genuinely good, even though a lot of the things I didn't love as much. I would say it's hard, I guess, like the calorie count and the sodium levels and the fat levels in the food kind of take it a notch down for me. Like I wish it could be this good or be closer to this good and not have this much like bad for you stuff in it. So I guess I would say I'm gonna say 2.5 or two. I'm gonna say 2.5.
2.5 forks.
2.5
for Cat
forks.
Solen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid score. All right, go ahead, Spoon Man.
I mean, when you get these meals, it's just kind of a bit of a gamble, Nick. I think it's just you're rolling the dice. I really did enjoy the fried chicken and mashed potatoes was good, and it crisped up pretty nice, and that Vermont mac and cheese was tasty. Is it worth it? You know what I mean? Having all those calories and cooking it for an hour? I don't think so. The meatloaf was a loser, like I said, covered in that gravy. The turkey and stuffing dinner, which I didn't really touch on. There was an overwhelming the turkey in that turkey and stuffing dinner was like the turkey just wasn't good meat. You know what I mean? That was the issue.
Yeah.
It just was not great. It was like school, like when it reminded me of school lunch turkey. The mashed potatoes in it were great because I think they make a pretty good frozen mashed potato with the gravy. And then the stuffing had that overwhelming. It's like one of the herbs in stuffing, and I don't know what it like. There was I don't know which one it is. I don't know which herb it is, but
Let's just say rosemary.
Sure, it might, and it could have been rosemary. I'm not sure what it was, but just like that kind of overwhelming herbal taste to it.
Yes.
That is maybe to mask whatever else is going on. But that was another loser. And on top of that, that was cooked in the microwave for 13 minutes.
Yeah, too long.
It's far too long. Far too long. So, you know, Marie Callender's. Marie Callender's is I wish I had more in common with our friend Mary Curry.
Oh boy.
Nick, Mary Curry, she won the first Nobel Prize, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize.
Wow.
And you know what the only prize that Mary Callender is going to win? The Nobel Prize, the No Dinner Bell Prize.
Very different kind of prize.
Because don't be ringing that dinner bell for me. I'm not going to be coming. That being said, it is a mixed bag. You can maybe get a few things. I guess it's honestly, I think you gotta experiment, and I feel like half of the food is pretty tasty. So because of that, I'm gonna give it 3 forks.
Wow.
Because I think that it has some winners, but it has some losers too.
Yes.
But that being said, the losers aren't terrible. I've had worse food, but completely not worth buying. Like the losers are 2 forks, the winners are 3.5 forks. So 3 forks is my final score.
3 forks from the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell. I will go back to Cat's point from earlier, which I thought was astute, which is just stick to what they do well, stick to what you know from Marie Callender's if you do have a history with this chain or with this brand. Because I think the things that work better are going to be the things that are a little bit more conventional and a little bit more designed to be frozen. I'm thinking of the lasagna. I'm thinking of the pot pies. I'm thinking of the full size pies, which they do well in their restaurant. I will say that I thought it was illuminating what Kat said on the pie point, that the broccoli cheddar pot pie, which I was eyeing. I was like, "Ooh, that looks interesting. I want to see how they pull it off." That one sucks shit. Because that just speaks to, again, just stick to what they already do. Don't even get fancy with the pot pies. Get the most conventional ass chicken or turkey pot pie. Don't mess around with it. And
Nick, can I interject for a second there?
Yes, please.
In high school, when all the kids were going to Makeout Point, I was going to Pot Pie Point.
Thank you, Mitch. Thanks for that.
So, Nick, did you not like it?
I liked it a lot. That's why I thanked you. I thought it was really good.
That was sincere.
Yeah, sincere. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you said it.
Okay, good.
The low for me was that pulled pork mac and cheese bowl. I would not get that or anything adjacent to it or akin to it again. I don't know if I'd get any of their bowl lines again. I think I would just get like a straight up lasagna or a pot pie or just a straight up pie if I was going to get something from the Marie Callender's brand. But also, why would I do that? I don't know if I have a reason to return to this. I will say that, like Marie Callender's, I mentioned, I love the restaurant going up. It was a report card / birthday occasion for me. And as an adult, I don't really go outside of for the podcast. And I think it's because the quality has kind of declined and the chain has kind of receded in prominence as a result. And I think it's the same thing with the frozen meals. It's just like, even if you want something frozen, I think there are better alternatives. I think they do this solid. I think they do an okay job with it, but I don't know if there's any specific reason to pursue this. I think that like the restaurant, Marie Callender's meals is something I have to walk away from and leave in my past and continue to live on with fond memories, but they will not be a part of my future. That said, I'm going to give these still a decent 2 forks, 3.5 tines. So a fork the third fork has like half a tine that's been broken off. In some sort of biting accident.
Nick, can I also show you? Can I also show you something? A plus side to this whole thing is
yes, please.
I don't know if you can see this here,
God.
I'm wearing the I'm wearing the boxes on my feet.
Save that for your OnlyFans. You got exclusive feet content here.
Mitch, what prompted that for you? What made you want to do that?
I was putting them on my feet during Nick's review, and then I decided that I should share it with the world.
They are kind of the right size. They look like they fit you well. Are they warm?
They do fit pretty well. These were the freezer boxes. So what I mean, they're cold, room temperature to cold. Nick, they're not cold anymore.
Store.
They've been out of the freezer for a while. Nick, I want to say I didn't mention this, that I was watching while I was eating the turkey dinner. I was watching Casino on the TV, and the scene where the tough Irish guy who they beat up, where they put his head in a vice.
Brutal.
I was watching that scene as I ate my turkey dinner, and when his eye pops out of his head.
It's fucking gnarly.
Also, I will say there's a really there's a really funny scene in Casino where Joe Pesci's so good in Casino, but there's a scene where they land the plane on the golf course like feds do. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And then Joe Pesci's like $100 to whoever can hit the plane, and then they're all like hitting golf balls at the FBI at the federal agents' planes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a good movie. I mean, yeah, it's the Goodfellas formula, but Goodfellas is great. So what's your complaint? You know what I'll say about that movie that I like?
What's that?
Joe Pesci gets topped twice. He gets dome at two different scenes in the movie.
Yes.
But the other thing, his character's name is Nick. That's like my name. That's a lot of fun.
Yes, and you and his character are very similar, Nick. There, that scene was on, and I was gonna say like, yes, he gets dome, as you say.
Yes.
But it happens so quick. He's like talking to the woman, and then he gets in the car. It seems like there should be some sort of preparation, but it just is instantaneous. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what? I think they both know the deal. They both knew the deal. They both knew why they were going out to that parked car.
It's fucking crazy.
Just go straight into it. Yeah, crazy. Totally different life.
What do you think the scene was that they cut out that led into that, Mitch?
Look, if you want, I mean, it's it'd be funny if you did. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just joking. Unless
we're going to my car. It's just gonna be you and me in my car. And, maybe
if you want. I mean, you don't have to. It's cool.
No, I'm just saying that he was action ready. He was ready to go, and it's at the drop of a hat.
Oh, you think like he needed him to like be like, yeah, give me a second here. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Let me look at my phone for a second.
And also, there is a character that does kind of remind me of you, Nick. Is the guy who the cooler guy that they put in for Pesci, the guy who's playing blackjack with him.
Yeah,
and Pesci's throwing the cards at him. It's great.
That's the function I serve on podcasts.
Is the cooler?
Yeah. Bring everyone's energy down. Hey, that was our review of Marie Callender's meals. As we conclude Doughboys Topical Freeze, it's time for a new segment.
Wow.
For the first time in Doughboys history, we present Meal or No Meal.
Wow. The fuck? This is the song?
Yeah, that's the song. It's good.
That's wild.
That's the song for Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, that's the song. It's good.
Bizarre.
Here's how this will work. I have 6 meal boxes numbered 1 through 6. They all fit today's theme, which is chicken. Inside one of these meal boxes is the grand prize, a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich combo meal.
Wow.
Inside the other boxes are meals from different chains, some better, some worse, all the way down to the very worst, an individual room temp White Castle chicken ring. So,
wow.
The two of you will play as a team. You will both collectively pick one meal box to hold on to, and then you will eliminate them one by one, and after each meal box is eliminated, Emma will open the case and tell us what's inside.
Wow.
Also, after each elimination, we will hear from a mysterious figure known only as the Dranker. But let's begin here. Cat and Mitch.
The dranker.
The drinker, yeah. Cat and Mitch, what number from 1 to 6 meal box would you like to hold on to? You may discuss.
Cat, I have one of my favorite numbers in this line here. Well, there's a couple things here. 6 is the number of the devil, as we all know, so that's a bad one. But it's also my birth date is October 6th. But then also my favorite number is 4.
Wow.
Oh.
So should we pick one of those two, or do you have a favorite number, or do you not want to pick either of mine because they'll be bad luck?
Okay, so we have to have more discussion about the number 6. I really like the number 6, not because of the devil. I just like it as the way it looks. I think it's a satisfying symbol.
Do you prefer the 6 or the 9? Because they're the same symbol, but just flipped upside down.
Well, to me, the 6 is probably because it comes earlier. It's like the younger version of the 9. The 9 is like the more adult version of the 6.
Yeah.
Like it's a more sophisticated 6.
Interesting.
Yeah. If I had to choose between 9 and 6, I'd probably still pick 6.
Wow.
Yeah. But I also but it's still not my favorite number. My favorite number is like combination of numbers, not just one number. So I think, Mitch, we should pick 4 because it's your favorite. I think we should say 4.
All right, 4 it is. Let's do 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, but is 6 your favorite? We go with 6.
We don't have to count at 6 yet, do we?
You pick one box to hold on to, and then as this progresses,
of all of them?
this is one that you will hold on to, and then as you progress, you will eliminate the others one by one.
Okay. I still like 4.
4
right,
it is.
4.
You're holding on to box
like
number
4.
4.
Yeah.
4, all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
And now it is time. You have box number 4. That is your meal box. Which number meal box would you now like to eliminate? 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6?
I think we should eliminate number 1.
I was going to say 1.
Wow, you're both saying 1 right away.
Because it's the first one, it feels like it won't be that.
Wow, okay.
I don't love the number 1.
Interesting. That you have such strong takes on numbers. Is
First is bad. Get rid of first. Fuck first place.
Wow. 1 is out the window. 1 is gone. 1 has been eliminated. Emma, tell us what's inside meal box number 1.
A Subway footlong sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Wow.
Wow.
Good riddance.
We made a good choice.
Seems like you made a good choice here. All right, let's. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm getting a phone call. Let me answer this real quick. It's the drinker. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I see. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll let him know. I just got off the phone with the drinker. The drinker is offering you in exchange for box number 4, 4-piece chicken McNuggets.
Wow.
Meal or no meal?
A 4-piece?
4-piece chicken
isn't very
McNuggets.
much.
4 pieces is nothing.
That's 2 pieces a piece, but you can walk away with it right now.
You split it.
I say no meal.
Yeah, no meal.
No meal. Wow.
No meal.
Wow.
Okay. Drinker has been rejected. Moving on. Now it's time to eliminate another box.
Also,
yeah.
while the drinker called, I kind of like a Louis C.K. thing. I heard some jack off noises in the background.
He'll do that. You know, I don't love it about him.
He probably has to get excited to offer his
Yeah.
offerings.
Well, I think that's what his motivation is for doing the whole. I mean, it's whatever. I don't want to get wrapped up in it. He's offering free food. It's fine. Let's move on. You're holding on to number 4. Number 1 has been eliminated. We need another box that you're going to choose to exit this competition.
What do you think, Kat?
I would say, I gotta say 5.
5. Okay, I like 5. Let's get rid of 5.
5 has been eliminated.
Fuck.
Emma,
I'm nervous.
tell everyone what it is.
I am nervous.
It is the
No.
Wendy spicy chicken sandwich combo.
Oh boy. Oh no, that's a big one.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
The $1 million equivalent is out the window.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
And just as that happens, I'm getting a phone call from the drinker.
Oh, the drinker.
He's
The
getting
drinker finished already, I think.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitch.
Oh, you did finish last time. Okay. Well, thank you for calling back anyway. Oh, that's the offer. Okay, I'll let him know. Wow, the drinker is now offering you a 6-piece chicken McNuggets.
He's offering us more?
He's offering you a
Also,
6-piece chicken McNuggets.
I don't want to know where those other 2 pieces came from.
You know what? I think that we might have something good in our briefcase. I think that we're going to say no meal.
No meal.
Yeah. No meal.
No meal.
No meal. Okay. We have 3 cases remaining in addition to the one that you have. Case number 4, 2, 3, 6 on the board. Which one would you like to eliminate?
I say we're getting rid of 2.
You say 2?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to get rid of last time.
Oh, okay.
That was my secret pick last time.
Wow.
You could have said something. Let's do
No, I
2.
mean, it's all just numbers.
Wow.
No, it's not. It's a Wendy spicy chicken meal.
All right.
Dead.
Meal box number 2 eliminated. Emma, what's inside?
Popeye's 3-piece chicken combo.
Fuck!
Oh, that's pretty good.
Even worse. That's better. That's not better than spiced chicken, but...
Good job, Mitch.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Look, we both fucked up.
That's why we're a good team.
Okay, let me answer this real quick. Hello, drinker. Oh, your refractory period lapsed. Okay, you're back at it.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're going to offer, that's what you're going to offer. I'll let them know. Okay, bye. Bye. Cat and Mitch, the drinker is now offering you a 4-piece chicken McNuggets.
Oh, my God.
It's back down to 4.
I still don't want it because, like, what could be? We already got rid of that Subway sandwich. Like, what are the other things that could be in that are, like? Oh, do you think number 4 is the White Castle?
We might have the damn White Castle. Maybe Wiger knew 4 was my number, my favorite number. But you know what? We can't just settle for the other. I think we gotta keep playing because I'm not gonna have 2 nuggets apiece. That's not a meal. It's no meal, Nick. That's not a meal.
Wow, the verdict is no meal. Moving on. You have case number 4, case number 3, and case number 6 are still available. Which one would you like to eliminate next?
I think we should get rid of 3. What do you think?
Yes.
I think it should come down to the 2 numbers that we wanted.
Wow.
Yes, I agree, and I also I think so too.
Eliminating box number 3. Emma, what's inside meal box number 3?
White Castle chicken ring, single and room temp.
Wow. That one is off the board.
Wow.
Single and room temp.
It's noted in the spreadsheet.
Look, you got to specify. It's a pretty bad meal. Okay, hold on. We got another phone call from the drinker. I think this is going to be his final offer. Hello? Yes, drinker. I don't think... No, Mitch doesn't actually have an OnlyFans. That was just a joke I made on the podcast. Yeah, sorry. Sorry you've been searching for it. Oh, that's the offer. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, talk to you soon. Love you. Okay.
The drinker's Natalie.
The drinker's final offer is in. He is offering you a 10-piece chicken McNuggets.
It's no 20-piece.
It's no 20-piece. 5 apiece. No, you know what? That to me is still not a meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
A 10-piece
meal.
chicken McNuggets, no meal. The banker walks away empty-handed. The drinker, I'm
Drinker.
sorry. The drinker, yeah. The banker's someone else. Also, the drinker is not empty-handed. His hands are very busy. Wow, so you have case number 4. Box number 6 is also available. Now comes a decision point. Would you like to keep and open box number 4, or would you like to swap box number 4 for box number 6?
Cat? What do you think?
Why are you putting it on me? Oh my God. Well, I don't. If it was just me, I would swap it for 6 because I like 6. But 6 is the end, and I like that you. I like the idea of playing 4 because I never would have thought to play 4. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, we're down to our last 2. Do we just stick with what we had, or do we swap it up? I don't know. I could go either way.
I'm trying to think of what meals they could be that exist. Like what other thing? I'm just trying to think of what they could be.
Yeah, it's either gonna go up or down. It's up to you. I say just go. I say just call it out and we go with it.
I think we should stick with 4 because we've stuck with 4 this whole time.
I like it. We're eliminating 6, Nick.
Eliminating 6. Emma, what's inside meal box number 6?
A Yoshinoya teriyaki chicken bowl.
Okay.
Wow.
That's good. Wow, that's a nice dodge.
And that means
I'm proud of us.
inside your meal box number 4 is...
A KFC famous bowl.
Wow.
All right.
Not
You
bad.
made a great meal.
Wow.
It's not bad. It's like definitely the middle. It's almost the middle of all the options. It's
Of all the outcomes you could have had, it could have gone a lot worse. There were some real stinkers.
We should have
in
gotten
there.
that Popeyes. We fucked up with the Popeyes. But
Yeah.
look, we get to share a famous bowl.
that sounds great.
Would not be the least hygienic thing that we've done on Doughboys. Hey, just like a restaurant, we value your feedback. Let's open up the feedback. Today's email comes to us from Lena Welch. Lena writes, Dear Doughboys, I started dating a guy because I thought he was really funny. He introduced me to your podcast, and after listening to all of the 2015 episodes this week, I've realized that he stole most of his jokes from y'all. Should I dump him? I'd also like to shout out my favorite fast food restaurant, Spelunkers, in Front Royal, Virginia. I convinced him that we need to drive an hour and a half from Charlottesville to get custard on our 3rd date. Interesting. Thanks, Lena. Weird situation.
Oh, so-
I wonder what he was stealing exactly.
Yeah, but what did
I like
what,
that he drove an hour and a half with her on their 3rd date to get custard she wanted.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like a nice person.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Doughboys fan.
Yeah, how much convincing was involved there?
That's true.
What did he steal? Howdy Ho, which was stolen from another TV show. You know my answer, Nick. Dump the goon, get with the spoon. That's always my answer.
Stop trying to cuckold our listeners.
You know what? I won't cuckold him. Give him a chance. You know what?
I would
but
say
you know,
that-
but you know what? You know what I'll say? Give him a chance. But if he is unfunny, you have to dump him.
That's the way to do it. Test it.
Test it out.
Yeah.
And if he starts making different jokes, check if he's like stealing them from like Podcast The Ride or something.
He's listening to other podcasts.
If you're watching a movie and he starts questioning how it got made and things like that, you know that you're in trouble.
The Spelunkers shout out made me think of frozen custard is not as much of a thing in California, but I've enjoyed it when I've had it. But I'm curious about your guys' thoughts, A, on frozen custard, and B, if there's like a local burger stand or roadside stand, not even necessarily, it could be a small chain, could be a micro chain, could be an individual location that makes you think of home.
So I've never had frozen custard. I've always wanted it. I've never had it once. So that's my answer on frozen custard.
Wow.
I know. Now, you're saying a burger stand that is like makes you think of home. Is it a burger stand like from home? Is it a burger stand here that makes me think of home?
I was thinking the first one, but I mean, if the second one is
Okay.
what comes to mind, I think that's fine.
No, from home. I grew up with a couple of small chains in Tucson, Arizona that I really love that I kind of wish I could have out here that are like EGs. Have you guys ever heard of EGs?
No.
EGs
No.
is an Italian sub Italian ice chain
Wow.
from Tucson that was it. My friend in high school, his dad like owned an EGs and he worked at it, and that was really cool. But they were so delicious. They had really good subs and Italian ice EGs. And when I was in like second grade, the owner, the guy who like started EGs, came to our school to talk to us about recycling. And that was really cool.
Wow.
And then I also really love Nico's Tacos. Nico's, there is one in San Diego, but other than that, they're, I think, all in Arizona. And we used to, when we could drive, by the time we could drive, we would drive downtown to the University of Arizona, which is like a half hour away, during our lunch to get Nico's Tacos and like
Wow.
race back really. We weren't being safe, but we would drive back really fast so we could have Nico's. And it was open 24 hours, so we'd always be hanging out there all the time. And I had the drive-through sign because someone hit it with their car and I stole it.
Wow.
And I had that for a while growing up. Yeah, so those aren't burger places, but
No, that absolutely is. It was what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
That
Mitch,
was really great.
Mitch, any hyper local places that they haven't talked about a bunch on the podcast makes you think of Quincy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as far as like stands or whatever, I think that's like a little tricky. But you know that the ice
Might be
cream
more of a West
parlor-
Coast thing.
The ice cream parlor, which I've taught, which is the former Brigham's, but that's not really a stand. So but I mean that's my place. But then also there was a dairy Queen in Quincy that was a stand, and then there was also a Dairy Freeze, and the Dairy Freeze was I think it wasn't originally it was a Dairy Queen and then it turned into a Dairy Freeze, but it has like a raspberry lime Rickies. You get your fish and chips there, Nick. You get an orange freeze, which is like an orange drink. Oh man, it's got some great stuff. And then also in Quincy, there's a couple. There's the clam shop, and then Tony's clam shop, and then there's the Clam Shack. There's two like big, like kind of semi-famous clam shops that are kind of like stands that are on the beach.
What do you get there? Are they mostly deep fried when you go to one of those stands? What do you get?
Yeah, deep fried clams. Yeah.
Wow. Delightful. I think
Nick, you're gonna
the-
spend some time in Quincy next time. Everyone's telling you you're gonna spend some time in Quincy.
I spent some time in Quincy. I've slept
I know,
in
you're gonna spend-
I've slept in your childhood bed.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking. It was the request you made as soon as you walked through the door.
The places that I always think of are more of a general. I'll cite one in particular, but it's kind of a general category of restaurant of eatery you'll find out here in California and much of the West, which is like the place that has like burgers, but also pastrami and and chili. It's like you'll always see like some combination of those. Like there's a place, Pete's Burgers, that I would go to in Long Beach that I always thought of. That was near my middle school, and that was like the kind of place where you would just get like a fucking big ass styrofoam container full of chili cheese fries, and like you get fucking a huge ass burger.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I always think of as that kind of restaurant. I feel like it makes me so specifically think of home and of the city in which I currently live.
I love the way those places look, Nick.
Yes,
they're so cool. Like they're always orange and red, and they're kind of outdated, but they're really satisfying.
Some of them are like A-frame buildings. They're just like they're very, very frozen in time. Both from a menu and from an aesthetic standpoint. But hey, if you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at doughboyspodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-DOUGH. That's 830-463-6844. And to get the Doughboys Double, our weekly bonus episode, join the Golden or Platinum Plate Club at patreon.com/Doughboys.
Hey Nick, I just want to make sure it's the clam box, so my Quincy cred isn't ruined.
So fucking Chankton and Wu-Tang and Koki don't breathe down your neck.
There's a place called the Clam Box. It's
Yeah, it's called the clam. No, it is called the clam box.
Sorry.
Nice single entendre from the minds of Quincy.
Oh, yeah, they worked hard for that. It sounds delicious.
Cat Solen, thank you so much for joining us. The Shivering Truth, right? You can watch on Adult Swim. And tell us about that and anything else you would like to plug.
That's it. I'm really proud of the show. Vernon Chapman and I have been working on it for a while now, and we, I don't know, I think your audience would really like it. It's insane, and it's a surrealist stop motion show that couldn't exist without stop motion. And yeah, I hope people watch it. A lot of, Jason Mantzoukas is on this season, and Griffin Newman's on this season.
Wow.
And I'm trying to think I know that there's other people that have been on your podcast that are on either season 1 or season 2. And I'm really into it.
I'm looking at IMDb now. It says the star is Matt Kowalik. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that Matt Kowalik is on it. He's not on it. That's Shivering Truth. I hope people like it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
check it out.
Check that out.
I also just want to say, Nick, it's been a tough week because some funny people passed away. Jerry Stiller and Fred Willard. And Fred Willard, he guested on the Birthday Boys TV show. He was really great and both of them really funny legends. But Lynn Shelton passed away just this past week, and she was a really great director, and I was introduced to her through Paul Rust and Leslie Arfin, who are two cool people who knew a really cool person, and she was a great director, and she directed episodes of Love, and she was very nice, and she did something that like not a lot of directors do, and I don't. And I don't even like saying this story, but it shows how nice of a person she was. But she reached out after the show and said some nice stuff to me and was very cool and nice. And she worked with Sean Clements a little bit, and she was actually working on something on the East Coast and was in that neck of the woods. And I was giving her some pointers on places to eat and stuff like that. And she sadly passed away this last week, but she was really great. And so check out some of our work to honor her memory. So rest in peace to Lynn.
Hey, Mitch, it's the end of the month, and that means it's time for another edition of the Golden Paw Club, our partnership with the Sante Door Foundation right here in Los Angeles, a no-kill, volunteer-run animal rescue and adoption org, santedoor.org. And hey, they have a very special lady up for adoption and featured this month.
That's right. And the cat's name is Mrs. Mitchell.
Wow.
Named after my mom.
In honor of your mom, and you both dropped by the rescue on the day that this cat was rescued. So how about that?
That's right. Yeah. She's a beautiful 10-year-old black and white tuxedo kitty, and she's looking for a home, Nick.
She had a rough start to her life, but you know what? She is very affectionate. She loves being pet, and she loves potato chips, much like the Doughboys, and she loves to play, and she's great with other cats.
So please, look her up, find her, santedoor.org, and give her a home.
Santedoor.org, that's SANTEDOR.org. You can find info on how to adopt Mrs. Mitchell or donate to the organization or adopt any of the other fabulous animals they have if you're in the LA area. Obviously, things are a little different at the rescue during the safer at home orders, and they are no longer open to the public, but they are still finding ways to send the right animals to the right homes. Also, if you want to check out their Instagram, which is just very cute wherever you are, Sante Door Rescue on Instagram, santedoor.org. And hey, that'll do it for this issue of the Golden Paw Club.
See ya.
Want more Doughboys? Check us out on Patreon. Join the Golden Plate Club for an extra episode every Tuesday, the Doughboys Double, which you can listen to on your favorite podcast app. Or join the Platinum Plate Club and get access to our Discord server, the Doughscord, to connect with fellow Dough fans and me and Mitch. Subscribe for the price of a combo meal only at patreon.com/doughboys. That's patreon.com/doughboys. Sources for this week's intro are in the episode description.
That was a HeadGum podcast.